Go ahead and introduce yourselves. This is EA Coetic.
I'm VK Johannem. I've decided to list myself as Damio Sucks. I'm not sure if that's visible.
And I'm Dennis, aka Corey.
Yeah, I'm JS Garrett. Nobody knows me, but the people that watch my channel.
We are coming together for a bit of a pilgrimage, and we've been talking about this for a while. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I've been watching documentaries for the past few years about this Devil's Tramping Ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's all over paranormal shows. So
yeah, but I never said anything about it. But I always thought, man, wouldn't that be cool if? Because it's always just like paranormal ghost hunters and stuff to go do this. But wouldn't it be cool if actual black magicians stepped into that circle and did something there? But I never really did. I never really took it like down the road until JS hit me up and was like, "Hey, bro, we're gonna go do this. You want to do it?" So JS, it looks like you've been thinking about this for a while too, huh?
Oh yeah, I've been fascinated with it ever since I saw it on Paranormal Unveiled or one of those shows. There's a bunch of them. But this one was actually pretty good. And I'm like, fuck, that's right down the road. That's like 2 hours away. So we got to check that out. So.
Yeah, Damio seemed particularly hyped about it.
Yeah. I saw that. I heard about this place a few years ago. And this is back when I lived in Tennessee. I'm like, damn, that's too far away. But I would love to go check that out and just see what happens. There's so much folklore around it, so much mythology around it.
So what is it? Damios, go ahead and take it. Tell us about what is this place and what are we doing here?
So what we have in this place is essentially a perfect, my wife's walking in right now. We have a perfect circle in the middle of the forest where nothing grows, nothing has grown for centuries. And nobody really knows what it is, but according to legend, they say that the devil himself appears in this circle and circles around it, plotting, scheming. Some say there was natives that were buried there. They've taken, scientists have taken samples, and they couldn't come to any conclusions as to why the hell nothing grows here. What's going on with it? People say you can place objects in the circle, go to sleep, and they will be removed from the circle when you wake up. So
that's why I want to sleep in it.
Yeah, it sounds pretty wild.
I want the devil to make me up and move me.
Yeah.
I want the devil to move me around in my sleeping bag.
I've had that happen once. It was pretty cool.
Be fun.
But I'll say I go into everything as a skeptic. I'm a skeptic before anything else. That helps you. That reduces your chances of getting bullshitted or conned or having someone talking, into believing that they were an Air Force Ranger or something like that. There's no such thing. You know what I'm talking about, BK.
I do. I remember that guy.
So I go into, especially paranormal investigations, with a skeptical mentality, as in, I'm not going to go in and just believe everything that's said about it just because it's said. Like, I want to find out for myself. And I've got all kinds of gadgets and stuff like that you can talk to spirits on. It's pretty cool. EMF, EVP, all that stuff. So I'll be bringing that equipment. And I really want to see if we can make contact with whatever it is that is there, if there is something there. And, we're going to be summoning the devil either way. So, he's going to be there no matter what. But if this place is like some type of portal for him to pass through, then that's the perfect place to summon him.
I will say this, even if all of the folklore is just, people afraid or people wanting spooky tales to tell around the campfire, there's some sort of a geographical vortex there. Usually when you have, trees that grow up in sort of a spiral shape, or you have a circular shape, there's usually an energetic sort of spiral there happening. So.
Well, yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know that. And this is going to be a once of a lifetime working. We'll probably never get together and do this in the same place again. So we definitely need to talk about the group rite we're going to be offering for people to participate in, because the only time you'll get to do something like this.
For sure. Well, you know, as we kind of looked at the mythologies of this place, from the colonial settlers back to the Native Americans, it's always had a dark reputation. It's always been a place that the devil or the dark forces or destructive magic gathers. And so we looked at that and we're like, well, how do we want to harness this for our best good? And that is whenever there's a monster or there's a dragon or there's something that's making circles, within that circle, there's something they're guarding. And that's what we call the devil's wealth, the devil's treasure. And that I mean, honestly, I do expect that we're going to pull out of this portal treasures, wealth, knowledge, power. I mean, I just expect that it's going to be off the charts. And so we are opening this up to anybody that wants to have us put your name into it and direct that energy towards you. Yeah, and I think everybody who signs up for that is just going to magnify the power of this whole ritual.
Is there anything that you would recommend to our participants that sign up for the ritual that can't be there in person? Is there anything you recommend that they do on their end?
Oh man, let's talk about that. We haven't really discussed that. What do you guys think?
I think
there should be something maybe on that night while we're doing what we're doing, that they do something on their end, whether it's a simple light a black candle and meditate, or I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I think they should absolutely participate in a simplistic way, just to connect to what we're doing. As simple as, you know, ideally it would be the same time that we're doing the ritual, but not everybody's going to be able to do that at the same time. But time doesn't really exist, especially not when you're dealing with demons, because all time is present for them. So if you were to do your portion of the ritual earlier than us or a little bit later than us, I don't think it would hurt you, or I don't think it would negate anything. So I recommend just simply, if all you can do is light a candle and sit down and focus on it and focus on connecting, picture our faces and what we're doing and connecting to the ritual that we're doing, I think that would really help people plug into the energy better.
Yeah,
we could easily channel a sigil for them to meditate on to help them tap into the energy of the ritual.
I mean, we could try.
I can do that right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could just Damios Sucks is really good at channeling sigils. And so yeah, just you can throw one together, and if you want to use that to join, or just the force of your will. But I do think we ought to put a time constraint on it, as far as sometime after nightfall that night, because that's when we're really going to get, we'll start preparing things as soon as we get to the site and whatever, but as soon as night falls, that's when we're really going to be falling down into the abyss. And so I think any time after nightfall, wherever your local time is, just go ahead and do whatever you want to do whenever it feels good after nightfall.
Well, yeah. And
well, yeah,
I imagine that we'll have we'll probably end up doing like a full night of ritual work. I don't imagine myself sleeping much, because I'm gonna be too excited to sleep. I'm gonna be too busy trying to make contact with stuff on my EVP and my EMF shit. And
it feels like a squandering of time being in this place.
What? It could be, the sleeping could be a squandering of time. Now, with that said, I'm going to come set up and set up and I'm sure we all are, set up a tent, sleeping bag, because I don't know what's going to happen. Like we could start the ritual and just got to go black out somewhere for the night and then unpack it in the morning. So with that, I think we got to be prepared, but at the same time, be prepared to stay up all night as well. We got to be ready for anything, because that's the thing. We are stepping into unknown magical territory here. This is some old stuff. That's one of the things that's really hitting me. Whatever's there, everybody who's crossed by that path have sensed that there's something off with it. And so we're tapping into some ancient, mysterious energy, and who knows what's going to happen. We might stay up all night, we might black out, and whatever. And so it's going to be crazy. I'm preparing myself for just about anything.
Fuck yeah.
So y'all mentioned your sleep. That's happened to me before. Once, just in this apartment, because of one of my own rituals. Has anyone else had that experience? You just wake up and you're definitely not where you went to sleep?
You cut out for the majority of what you said. It was, I don't know if everybody heard it like I did.
I didn't hear it, but I think he said he's blacked out before and has reappeared where he didn't fall, where a place where he didn't fall asleep.
That happened to me recently. I didn't go to sleep and wake up in a different place. I set up to do a group ritual. It was me and EA and a couple other people that probably don't want to be named. But I set everything up, and the last thing I fucking remember is going into my temple to start the ritual. And then next thing, I wake up in bed the next morning. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? I didn't remember anything. And so I go upstairs and I look, and like the candles are burnt, the incense is burnt, everything's a fucking mess. Like I obviously did something, but I have no memory of it, dude. And I wasn't fucked up. So that was weird.
Like, we were talking about shape shifting into like a werewolf the other night.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be something like that.
I don't know about anything about if it's anything to do with shapeshifting. I honestly,
no,
I
not
don't.
shape shifted, but
I would like to believe that is possible, but I don't know for sure. I've never seen anyone do it, and I mean, I've seen faces morph on camera to look like different things, like even pigs and shit like that. Like the demonic manifestation of a possessed person, like their face totally changes on a camera, but they're not doing that physically. And so I've got a book called, it's written by Elliot O'Donnell. It's called Werewolves. And there's a complete ritual in that book if you want to turn yourself into a shape-shifting werewolf. You have to go as far out into the wilderness as you can get away from civilization. You have to have a cauldron and 3 separate herbs that you will throw into the cauldron once you start the ritual. There's a specific circle you have to set up. Then you have to strip naked, sacrifice a cat, cut it open, and smear its blood and fat and guts all over your naked body. And then you tie a wolf pelt around your waist and you speak the incantation. And it says that once you speak the incantation, the fire will turn blue and then go out completely, and you'll be in total darkness. And then the spirit of the werewolf comes and possesses you and turns you into a fucking shapeshifter. All right, I'm gonna try it one day just because I have to see if it works. But that's gonna pose problems too. I need to be prepared for. Like, what am I? I don't want to eat my girlfriend or anything. So.
that would suck.
Like to know if you're going to have control over yourself or not. I can pick out who I want to eat. I can be specific.
Yeah, I mean,
I nominate Corey.
I would only eat fat people.
I've got a little bit of fat. Some good fat for you.
Can y'all hear me all right now?
Yeah. All of the myths and legends, tell the same. When all the myths are saying the same thing, it's something to be listened to, and that is always that the people who are afflicted with lycanthropy and become werewolves, they usually see it as a curse because they do hurt the people closest to them. And
it's supposed to be really painful when they shift too, like their bones breaking and shit.
So I've pushed myself to shift when I was working with vampirism into my Strigoi form, and it was just like an astral shift or an energetic shift, definitely not physical. But even with that, I could feel like how it would be physical if that were to, because it is a complete like deformation of your body within the instance. And so yeah, even just energetically, you can feel the energy being like really weird to cram yourself into that kind of form. And imagine physically that would be painful.
Fuck yeah.
I can tell you, spirits have told me that physical shapeshifting is possible, specifically into a wolf. That's the one they mentioned, but I've never tried it and kind of don't want to.
There's way too much lore about skinwalkers for there not to be some truth to it. Like there has to be.
Yeah.
Even if it's like a disembodied spirit form of something. Right?
Yeah.
Well, and there's the werewolf of Chevedon or however it's pronounced, that killed like 500 people over in Britain, and one dude finally shot it with a silver bullet and killed it.
Wow.
This is recent history. This is like 300 years ago. This happened. So it's written in modern textbooks.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How did he know to have a silver bullet?
Well, that's a good question. I've never gotten the answer to that through any of the documentaries that I've studied about it. Once I heard about it, I was like, oh shit. So I looked at everything I could find. It never says like how he knew to use a silver bullet, but he had service medals. He was a soldier. He just came back from the war and he heard about this. The king had put a bounty on this fucking werewolf. And so he melted his service medals that were made out of silver and cast them into bullets and shot this thing one time and killed it. Whenever everybody had been trying to kill it for like a year, dude, and they were just get slaughtered.
Because I was wondering about that. If it was back in the where you're shooting a musket ball out of your musket, yeah, because they would melt down fucking just about anything. If you're needing to kill somebody, you're gonna find anything you melt down. So, dude, that's incredible. Robert Bruce had stories about being trapped in a cabin with a werewolf trying to get into it. It is something that seems to be real. And I'm kind of with you, VK, where it's like the methods are there, the pathway exists. Do I want to walk it? I think the closest that I come is the kind of Norse magic approach, the rune magic approach of uniting with the spirit of the wolf and kind of walking with the spirit of the wolf. And if you do that enough, then the idea is that it's not that you become a wolf; it's that the gap between you and wolf just goes away. And it's not like 1 minute you'll be a wolf and the next minute you won't. You're always a wolf, but sometimes you're a wolf presenting as a human. Sometimes you'll be a wolf presenting as a wolf. And so that's when the actual thing happens. If you're a human trying to become a wolf, it'll just be a momentary thing. And so instead you become more and more wolf as you go. That's why the berserkers and the oof warriors will go out there and become possessed by a bear, but it's not an external bear; it's their own bear essence.
Yeah.
Speaking of canines, haven't there been black dog sightings at the Devil's Tramping Ground as well?
I don't know.
You know
That's
what?
I heard.
So actually, dude, I've been taking this. I've been kind of obsessed with this. I've been taking some notes on this, and there's a weird thing with animals that stray dogs and like animals in general avoid the area. That if people walk their dogs next to it, that the dogs don't want to come anywhere near it. But they do see hellhounds. Hellhounds have been seen there, just like supernatural black figures that are doing that. So, yeah. And what else do I got here?
I want to make some friends while we're there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Hey,
Now, just to be clear,
think...
we kind of took a tangent there with lycanthropy. We're not shape-shifting intentionally for this ritual, right? That's
hopefully not. If any of you turn into a wolf, I'm going to leave.
Yeah, no. If JS starts turning, I'm like, I don't know that you're gonna have control, bro. I'm out.
Hey, do you think that a serious black magician has ever performed a ritual in this place, or do you think it's all just tourists and paranormal investigators?
So, I don't think any real black magician has, and the reason for that is like the more. I don't think there's that many of us. Like the more and more I go, there's a lot of people that like to study it and talk about it. A lot of people love to talk about it. Not too many people actually hit the ground with ritual. And I know like most people listening to this and the tuning into this show are probably the very few out there that actually practice. But no, I don't think so. One of the things though that I just saw in my notes that I forgot about is that. If you put stuff in the middle of the circle, it'll be moved to the outer of the circle, or sometimes stuff just disappears. Now that's the cool part. So with that, because I was kind of thinking we ought to leave some ritual stuff in the circle overnight, and as the spirits come forth and interact with that stuff, they're going to be taking on the intentions, the names of the people who joined the ritual should probably be left in there overnight somehow, and so anything that happens to them is going to be contacted, infected by the spiritual presences there.
We
Oh,
probably could bury the names, like a list of names in the circle.
They say not to dig in it. I don't know. I don't know how
Oh, okay.
obvious it would be, but they tell you not to dig in the circle.
Given that we're filming the ritual, in that case, we probably shouldn't dig.
Yeah,
We will
yeah,
get caught.
yeah. And well, let's see what else we want to tap on here.
What do
What
we
are the-
see the benefits of such a ritual for people who are watching? Potential benefits.
Yeah.
wealth, fulfillment of desires, personal empowerment, acquiring the devil's wealth is or one of the names that we thought of for this. But yeah, I mean, it's just an overall wealth and empowerment, right? We want to make allies with the entity that's there. And we're going to be feeding him a sacrifice of burning flesh and blood on behalf of everyone who participates. And we'll probably be making a lot more than one. And there's also an option when you go to sign up, if you want to purchase a separate sacrifice on your behalf alone for us to perform, then yeah, you can absolutely purchase that option. So
yeah. So my thoughts with the intention of this is that the devil's wealth, obtaining the devil's wealth. So with that, I would rather that you don't choose like, well, I just want money wealth, and because I want money wealth, I'll not take the other kinds of wealth. No, no, no. I think you should lock on to what in a million different ways, what does wealth mean to you? What would it mean to have not just enough money to pay your bills, but a little bit more and maybe even a lot more than a little bit more? What would a financial wealth? What would wealth in your relationships look like? What would wealth in your your spiritual, your magical life look like? And so that's how I would actually suggest that anybody who signs up for this set the intention is not just in one field of your life, but let yourself really generate what would an overflow of wealth in all avenues of my life look like. And the more clearly you can visualize that gives the power that we're sending to you, that gives it a direction it can flow.
fuck yeah, that's pretty well said.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so we're going to be doing this ritual on the 19th and of June. And so we don't have we've got less than a month to prepare for this. And but so if you want to get signed up for it, do that. Go over to it's jsgarrett.net, and I don't know if you want to give a more specific URL. We'll include.
No, I mean, it's www.jsgarrett.net, and this will be one of the first things that you see is this group ritual, and the write-up description of the ritual is, of course, with the link to purchase it, as well as the link to purchase an individual sacrifice if you choose to. So it'll be very simple, idiot-proof, to sign up for.
Awesome. Yeah. The window is going to close, so we're all going to be meeting at an undisclosed location at the bunker. We're going to be meeting at the Black Magic bunker, and then going from there and together. And so with that, you'll have until on the 19th at noon. Did we decide is the cutoff point?
Yep, the 19th is the night that we're performing this. We're arriving at the Devil's Tramping Ground at approximately 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So therefore, the cutoff for signups is going to be noon Eastern Standard Time on the 19th of this month.
Mm-hmm. And we don't have room, from what I understand. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. We don't have room to have anybody come with us physically and join us on this adventure.
Nobody else is invited anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Because I do anticipate there'll be a lot of people who would really love to come to this, and we would love to have you, but we gotta keep our numbers limited so we can manage the ritual. And that's part of it. This is going to. We're stepping into a big mystery, and so I'm glad to be doing it with you guys. Where we've already done rituals together. We've developed that trust, and we can trust fall into each other if we need to. So hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, there's only one or two people that I can think of that I would be cool with being a part of something like this, and they wouldn't be able to make it anyway.
Mhm.
They can't even travel here. So
Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, yeah, so everybody go over to jsgarrett.net and check that ritual out. And you're welcome to sign up for that ritual. And we're gonna, we're gonna do a bit of a a vlog through it. We're gonna film the ritual video, and so just keep following all of us at our channels and get updates as they go.